Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a what's for dinner to share with you. I've got 5 dinners in this video, so hopefully it will give you some inspiration for the coming week for your meal plan. I know these kind of videos help me out a ton when I'm in a rut and I just don't know what to make. So if you do get some inspiration, leave a thumbs up. It would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Lots of homemaking over here, but I do like to sprinkle in some cooking as well. I also wanted to thank ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. ButcherBox is a great source if you don't have access to local butchers and farms. You can order high quality meat online and have it shipped to your door with free shipping. ButcherBox sources from farmers and fishermen who meet the highest standards for quality. The beef is 100% grass-fed, the chicken is free-range, organic, as well as humanely raised pork and wild-caught seafood. It's really flexible, so you get to choose your box and delivery frequency, and you can cancel at any time without penalty. We've been using ButcherBox for close to 2 years now, and you can really taste the quality in the meat. And I love that ButcherBox puts the welfare of the animals first, working with farmers to raise the bar for how animals are treated while also making decisions that improve the outlook for future farmers. So you have several box options to fit your family's needs. 4 of the box options are curated, but I personally like to go with the custom box, so I can choose exactly what I want to receive in my box. And then from there you choose your box size and the cuts of meat that you want. It's frozen at peak freshness and then shipped in an eco-friendly recyclable box right to your door. If you're new to ButcherBox and curious, I have a really great deal to share with you guys. If you use the link in my description box, new members receive a free grilling bundle. You'll get 2 10-ounce ribeye steaks, 5 pounds of chicken drumsticks, and a pack of burgers for free in your first order. So make sure to take advantage of that. And again, a big thanks to ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. So we are getting started here with some stuffed shells. I've never made stuffed shells before, but it was actually quite very easy to do and something that I'll definitely be making again. I'm just getting started with a pound of ground beef here. I'm going ahead and getting that browned up. Mine was still frozen, so I'm just gonna turn it on low and place the lid on. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get my shells boiling. These will need to boil about 3/4 of the way, and then they'll need to cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that process started. Over in my mixing bowl here, I'm going to get the mixture for my shells together. I've got 30 ounces of ricotta. I also didn't measure anything that I put in, but I'll try to give you an estimate as I go here. I also loosely followed a recipe I will link down below. I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan, probably about 2 good tablespoons each of garlic powder and onion powder, salt and pepper, and 1 egg, and then I'm just gonna mix this all together and then set it to the side. Once my ground beef was browned through, I added in a 24-ounce jar of marinara. And honestly, I probably could have gotten away with just the 1 jar, but I felt like it needed a little bit more sauce, so I ended up just adding another jar. So I added 2 jars total of the marinara and gave that a stir. When I drained my shells, I went ahead and ran some cold water over them to cool them down a little bit quicker. And then over here in my casserole dish, I'm going to spread some of the meat sauce across the bottom, and then I'm going to start filling my shells with the ricotta mixture we made a minute ago. I'm going to put the rest of the meat sauce on top and then sprinkle on some mozzarella and parsley, and then this is going to bake on 375 for about 30 minutes. Served it with a side salad and garlic bread. Again, it was really delicious, and this would also make a really great freezer meal to prep and freeze for a later dinner when you need a little bit of convenience. I think this would be a really great meal. Next, we're going to make some buffalo chicken wraps. This was probably the easiest meal of the week and is inspired by Cheddar's. I'm not following their recipe or anything. I'm kind of doing my own thing, but I got the idea from their menu. So I've got a boneless, skinless chicken breast. I'm going to get into my crock pot. I like to slow cook chicken in the crock pot when I want to be able to shred it. It shreds up super easy, so I'm going to season it up and let it go for a while. I'm using garlic, salt, onion powder, and a little pepper. When it was done, I shredded it, and then I added in some buffalo wing sauce and some ranch until I got the flavor and the consistency that I wanted. I wrapped it up in a flour tortilla with some shredded Colby Jack and served it with fries and pickles. Super easy and super delicious. Next up, we're going to do a honey butter pork loin. I'm not going to call this recipe a fail because ultimately it turned out delicious, but I would change a few things about the process. I'll put the recipe down below, but I am going to get started by melting down a half a stick of butter and 2 tablespoons of honey on a medium heat setting. Over here, I've got a pork tenderloin. I'm going to season with salt and pepper on both sides, and then we're going to put it into the pot and let it brown on both sides for 5 minutes each. is where I would change the recipe a little and either set my temperature lower or wait to add the honey, because by the time I browned the pork on both sides and did the oven time on it, the honey was completely burnt. In the end, you're supposed to be able to make a glaze with it, but mine was just too burnt to do anything with, but the pork itself was really good. I did have to cook my pork a lot longer than what the recipe said in the oven until it reached 165 internally, but I just let it rest for about 10 minutes once it was done and then sliced it up, and we just had cabbage on the side. We had gotten some veggies this week that needed to be used, and sometimes that's all you need to make a good dinner is just meat and veggies. Again, I'm going to put this recipe down below for you guys. Next night we did burgers. I'm getting some fries into the air fryer really quick so those can be cooking while I work on the burgers. I'm going to be using my Butcher Box burger patties, which are so good. I don't usually like frozen patties like this, but these are really good. So I'm using my griddle tonight to batch cook these up at one time. And on 2 of the burgers, I'm going to season them with some of this Kinder's garlic and herb. We had just got it and wanted to try it, and so I just did 2 in case we didn't like the seasoning, and plus my kids are super picky as well. But we ended up really liking this seasoning. Over in a measuring cup, I'm going to melt down some butter and some more of that Kinder seasoning, and I'm going to spread that across some hamburger buns when we are ready to eat and toast those up. Also picked up this garlic aioli from Walmart. I thought it would be really good on a burger, so I'm going to use that in place of regular mustard, which was very delicious. I highly recommend. You can see here the thickness and the quality of the burger patty. Like I said, I don't usually like pre-made frozen patties, but these are it for sure. And here it is, all plated up with fries and veggies on the side. And the very last meal I'm going to share today, we were feeling tacos, so I'm starting out with a pound of ground beef. Once again, it's frozen solid because it was a last minute idea, but anyways, I'm gonna get this browned up, add in my taco seasoning. I am using the big container of taco seasoning, but I just eyeballed about the equivalent to 1 taco packet. A half a cup of water and let that simmer for a couple of minutes. I wanted to do some stand-and stuffed tacos, which I was really excited about, but these shells were completely stale, so that was a disappointment. But I just put a little of the meat into the bottom of the shells, some shredded Colby Jack, some leftover tomatoes and lettuce from burger night, and some Taco Bell chipotle sauce, and that was dinner. Of course, these would have been so much better had my shells not been stale, but it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully you at least got one idea for your meal plan. Don't forget your butterfly down below, and remember, with ButcherBox, new members receive a free grilling bundle. You'll get 2 10-ounce ribeye steaks, 5 pounds of chicken drumsticks, and a pack of burgers for free in your first order. So definitely take advantage of that deal for the summer and grilling season. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.